you get him gut. You know, he gets a little greedy with the stickies. He flies over you. You hit him with the bolas. Maybe get a quick TP from someone. He's chained under the tower and goes down. It happens, but I feel like the bats are getting better and better. I feel like this matchup just goes further and further in Bat Rider's direction.
Yeah, and as we've sort of heard from the panel, there's going to need to be a pretty solid early tempo coming out from Ivy. They're going to be able to play pretty fast and loose, it seems like. And particularly when you're playing with this like safe lane Lesh, I feel like this is something that, you know, just lends itself to buildings falling down. As you can see there, the esportsbet.io odds very much right now, slight favor actually into the favor of Ivy, and trying to set up for this rune. We'll see if they can quite get there in time. Jan Vincento has to back away, so it's going to be 2 apiece.
Yeah, Jan went up over and tried to get the stun there in the Lesh, but couldn't get him there. So yeah, I appreciate the Lesh track. You know, a couple teams trying this out and proving that they really want to opt for it, right? Going for it first overall, not much of a mystery. Sure, it could be flexed to the mid, but once the back comes out, you're pretty sure this will be the lineup. And it puts you on a fast pace, and then they just up it even further by going for this off-lane Nature's Prophet. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we're going to get the Aghanims build out of him, or if he's going to do something just a little bit more like traditional right-click, just because of his other 2 core heroes.
I mean, that's kind of going to be an interesting one to watch for. He maybe even goes for some, like, I mean, you don't even see the team fight stuff out of NPs anymore. It's just pretty much all either those right clicks, the Ags, or the, you know, Gleipnir or what have you. But no matter what it is, I feel like we're going to be seeing super fast tempo draft trying to get on top of this Drow. And when I see these MPs get picked up in the last phase, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? This hero is like one of the best heroes in Dota right now. I feel like I see it everywhere. It's crazy.
He's an interesting guy. Like, you can pick him first phase and feel pretty good about it in most situations, but then the whole draft from both sides starts to think about Nature's Prophet the whole time. But then these other situations happen where like he just gets kind of ignored, and then, you know, bam, there he is right at the end. So with his ability to play 1 and 3 and even mid too for several different players, it is a little bewildering just how potent he can be at the end. So we'll see if Water Enjoyers have a plan for this. I mean, they have another great hero in the Drow Ranger that teams have been all about lately. And we'll see if they can secure Palantimos a nice Drow start.
Yeah, would love to see that from them. And I mean, that is something that's worth noting too. If they can play around the timing of when Drow starts to get strong, and then of course playing around those Death Prophet ultimates, that feels like it's going to be one of those main engine points for how Water Rune enjoyers are going to be able to play this one out. So Courier goes down there, Yond able to find one. Can see him, Vincento tries to chase him around a little bit there back behind the tower, but so far it is just going to be a neutral creep deny over on that medium camp, back to basics. So this mid lane, is it for, like, are we waiting for the flame break? What's kind of going to be the timing? Oh, DNC gets the stick and gets out.
Yeah, not quite enough even with the mangoes. Yeah, I like that play though, because like even though he denies and that's a little bit annoying, he kills a courier, instantly start rushing the offlaner. That's a quality thing there. And DNC gonna have to wait for the respawn there and get a little bit of regen assistance here, just getting the 1 tango. But game plan wise, I would say really hope that your Ember just doesn't get blown up at 6. It's pretty likely that we might see Cube rotate over when Ember's still like level 5, and they can just go for a quick attempt on a play. Of course, you also have a Nature's Prophet as well, so if the lasso occurs, they're not really going to be shy on damage.
Right, the control will be there most likely, and then having the ability to just run him down. Does have a pretty good start though for the Ember. You can see in mid, he's having a great time. Hasn't been forced out of lane, haven't been able to make any obvious those early dives. Jan just facing off this Undying, punching back the Earth Spirit, showing one of the problems that you kind of have with this Earth Spirit hero. You know, you don't really have that same trade potential. As, yeah, the bat just forcing back the Ember. So after a good start, things start to become a lot harder. Stun there.
Good. I'll tell you, the happiest person I think in this draft is probably Jim Vincento here on the Undying. This is, I mean, if I was an Undying and looking at my allies, I would be so satisfied right now. I got like people who want to run at towers with me. They're all excited for my tombstone levels. Like, everyone's just going to be looking to push objectives and have team fights with me. You know one of those games where it's like a Spectre on one lane and a Doom on the other, and you're undying, and you're just like, so, we're just going to sit around for 25 minutes, or what's going on?
Yeah, I think that this is definitely going to be a type of game where Undying can really get into the thick of it, die a bunch of times, and he'll be perfectly okay with that. Do have a pause right now. Water Rune enjoyers, they get one, but it's not on the hero they wanted it to. Yond rolled on in and get that. But the big problem, Ember here hasn't even finished off his bottle. Went for the boots first along with the stick, a Blightstone, and is just sort of playing to survive in this lane, but hasn't been able to obviously get that first bottle out to him.
Yeah, doing everything you need to do versus the Batrider. And just being prepared for what happens around level 5. And you can see that Moby's still just holding the points. So if he's in a vulnerable spot with too many stacks on him, that's where you suddenly get a flame break. And you just have to play everything carefully until you're level 6. And then obviously it's going to be much safer for you. Probably don't want to go anywhere near the runes either way, right, this early.
Yeah.
At least not to contest Bat, that is. I mean, you can go grab one, but you're not going to win any fights down on the river versus this guy, that's for sure.
True enough. And really, the main hero that feels like it's sort of been hurting so far has been that Death Prophet. Only level 3 right now in this offlane DP after being forced back and having to wait it out because our spirit was rotating around, couldn't really contest with the Undying. She's really been struggling. And, you compare that to where the Leshric's at in terms of CS. He's having a great time.
Yeah, and this is a Death Prophet and Earth Spirit lane, too, where you tend to think of like DP and Tusk and how strong that can be. And you would look at Earth Spirit and be like, oh, well, that's pretty similar, right? It's basically the same idea. You roll on somebody, you hit them a bunch, but Earth Spirit doesn't offer the same amount of damage early, which is pretty annoying. And it's an Undying. So, at a certain point, it's just not really worth contesting him. Like, you can even Spirit Siphon him all you want. Typically, you're happy as DP to have those situations where there's some support like that. But in the end, you're not really going to kill the Undying, and he's just going to keep doing his thing and decaying you. So it's probably going to be a net loss for you.
Well, and now left completely alone, BNC back behind. They're thinking about diving behind the tower. Earth Spirit was nearby. He needs to get over here quickly. The Roland comes out, kicks away from his Ember, and that is why you pick this hero.
And up top, though, they do get the punish, but obviously you don't care. That is so worth it. Completely fine sacrifice there. Hopefully they don't lose their drow, too, or it gets real bad.
Palantimos trying to get out of there and does manage to escape. Having those boots finished off early, it means that the drow's okay. Now, still going to take some punches from Own Me and can't really come back to lane until you see the Rubik come back. So Mariwai back in the area. So that's the cost, right? Both side lanes get hurt when the Ember gets the rotations mid, but you got the kill on the bat.
Yeah, and this likely means you're going to hit 6 and be safe. I mean, he's at half HP right now, but seems unlikely that he'll manage to kill him before that. So then you don't need to be forcing rotations right now to the mid lane. They can focus a little bit more on the sides and potentially go after Jim Vincento up here. They hit the roll. Let's see if they have the damage here.
Pretty good damage out. Yeah, they find that kill. So a really good overall game plan for these first couple of minutes from Water Runes enjoyers. It feels like they got everything that they need. Palantimos gets away from the clock. They have the lift to keep Coop away. They're playing great.
Yeah, they have to watch for the 6-minute rune, though. Like, if the 6-minute rune is bottom and it's a haste rune, the Drow just dies and they lose their bottom tower.
Right.
So it is tough. It's a regen, and it's going to be held there for Soikov. So that's great. I feel like Moby really needed a power rune right there. So a bit of an L for Team Ivy. I didn't notice that Cube is also a Grandmaster Clock. This guy, he just loves those hook heroes, huh? He's all about them.
I guess so, yeah. There's a couple of hero spammers coming out here now. It's interesting because I think that there's like... I don't know. If you take like 6 months ago, if somebody was a Grandmaster Heroes player, you're like, this guy doesn't have a life. But now it's enough time has passed that, it's kind of okay.
You don't have a Grandmaster Hero? Wow, that's embarrassing. It's kind of where we're at now.
True enough.
Are you a Grandmaster Darkseer yet? Are you 30?
Don't bring it up. I don't want to. I was part of that 6 month don't have a life crew.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Yeah. Just confirming reports.
Yeah, of course. Stacks being built right now. in the jungle. So even a little bit of a backup area for Palantimos to fall back to. And you can see that at least out of the laning stage, things have gone fairly well. Mariwai does manage to get a little bit of a separation. James Zento trying to get out of there too. The gust, the rundown, a couple more hits back behind the tower, but getting that extra regen, it wasn't enough to keep him alive. And in fact, Palantimos now also has to run. I mean, this is the other danger, is there is so much early pressure coming out with the Ember rotation in, trying to keep Palantimos alive. The cogs, the catch, the turn, and he's barely living. Rocket Flare in 3. Nice. He needs help, needs to dodge that Rocket Flare. It's gonna come out for the kill. He knew what he had, knew where he needed to go, and brings down that Drow. Came at a cost, though.
But he had int treads on, guys. Int treads.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, and up top, they also found the kill on the Lesh.
Oh, that's a big one. So who got that kill? Oh, BNC even got the kill too. And they have Exorcism still? Oh, damn. All right, that's pretty huge. Mid lane, though, they will spend the lasso.
Get that bring down onto the Rubik. Another TP rotation in, but Palantimos can't make anything of it.
Now, this is the question. How much do you want to defend top right now? Because you got, on the one hand, the left track. Oh, they're just going in. They're going for the Exorcism play, but they have the supports ready.
And the stun's there, trying to get the kick away. BNC's in trouble. He's taking so much damage from this Lesh, but the Spirit Siphon, it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Oh my god, they gifted that Lesh so much.
That was so greedy. I mean, to be fair, they weren't sure if the supports were nearby, but they were so well prepped for that on Ivy. They had the exact right read on that situation where, like, this DP just managed to get a big kill, didn't use their Exorcism. What are you going to do immediately? Try and pop your Exorcism and focus down this tower. So,
yeah.
Obviously, the Radiant Vision they had in that dire jungle wasn't enough to tip them off that the supports hadn't moved out of there. Soikov's going for a big kill here as they take that bottom tower.
Oh my god, if he goes down too. They're keeping PO65 alive, and now the Batrider moves in, tries to remnant out, but he might just get ran down here. The Flame Break pushback. Water Rune Enjoyers, it was going so well. Another one going out, he just TP's back in. Oh god, it's all starting to come undone. Ivy hitting their timings and punishing this Water Rune Enjoyers lineup.
What a collapse.
Oh man,
I
Great
just
plays from Ivy.
It really was. I mean, they're just sticking to it. They're saying we have some pretty mobile heroes, and we're going to abuse that. Still have Hookshot right now here too. If anyone else wants to, find out here. Palantimos will now make his way through the jungle.
Yeah, that one's painful. I mean. At the very least, like, their stacks haven't been stolen over in the former triangle, but
true.
I don't know. That was a pretty big blow. It feels like.
All right. Well, they still have mid tower, so that's always good, right? How about that? They nail a scan on a smoked up bat. That's a huge grab, big save. Once he was running at them, had even the bottled illusion rune to hunt for Drow too. Like the worst scenario for a Drow, pretty much, as the silence won't save her.
Does run into that Death Prophet now, and yeah, you can see Yond preemptively rolling just in case they went on the DP. Yeah, that would have been pretty freaking bad. The one hero that was spared from Water Rune's Enjoyers of the great dive top. As it will be recorded.
Future generations will recall.
Oh, man.
Soikov's got a nice play up there. He's in behind the tower, cutting waves. They drop the tombstone to help defend. But at least he's able to find some farm when he's gifting the safer farm to his DP and his Drow. So he's not flexing his net worth out of the mid like you hope to, in the sense that you're not running around and like getting killed in the enemy team. But at least he's using it to find dangerous farm that his other cores can't get. And this is going to help enable them a little bit. So this is pretty solid stuff.
Yeah. Taking over areas of the map, not, like you said, shutting down those towers yet, not, able to find fights in a perfect way, but it.
tower is under attack.
Uproot and after them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
To the impurity.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Try and trade for mid instead.
Roll in, finds the NP, magnetized onto 2. It's pretty good damage out there. Cute also trying to turn onto him now. TP's out of there immediately, but the roll interrupted by the battery assault. And now, I mean, this magnetize is doing so much damage. It might be enough just to clean up with the rest of them. They've already lost Drow in the Rubik, but Cute now right on top of this Ember, trying to find that finish. A couple more punches. Does still have that Lance of Pursuit, but the TP back in. NP, he's been gone for a while, but shows back up to finish off this Ember. Maybe no. Ember gets away, actually. The phase boots run out.
That extra remnant drop for the double through back to the other safety remnant, that was nice.
Yeah, it was good.
I had to burn through them all, but obviously well worth it. Make sure he got that kill and got out. Plus, picked up the kill on the Bat Riders. So, nice stuff. Big for the Earth Spirit as well. He managed to get 441 gold there. The top tower went down as well, so that's great. Good job, BNC. I'd say, considering the deficit they were at, to knock down those towers, or the tower top feels pretty good. They just have to keep an eye on their triangle now, as it can be a little bit harder, of course, without that tier 1 mid.
Yeah, that one going down. I mean, it was kind of always going to happen, it feels like. And you can see Mariwai right now pulling the whole creep wave over for Palantimos. It really has just all become about the Drow. Does have right now coming out on the Courier. What is that for the Drow? It's going to be the full Dragon Lance. Thought he might be going back for that Shard eventually, but we'll see if that's a decision or not.
Yeah, it's a bit of a toughie. I feel like you really need the Force Staff, too, in this game. I have to just pick it up early and suck it up. Doesn't feel great, but it's such a necessity.
As Undying does go down there. So a good little gank squad coming together. The two Spirit Brothers making the moves. And also, you can see trying to make a little bit of a game for herself on this Death Prophet. Has already the mech and the Arcane Boots done. Going back for the Guardian Greaves next, clearly.
And we have the early Blade Mail coming out here as well for Stoikov. So we've seen this from a few players, but versus the Leshrac, this Blade Mail into the Mage Slayer looks like a really, really good idea for, I mean, Leshrac and Bat Rider, right? Very similar ideas that they're going for right now.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. I like that a lot. Stoikov, that'd be really solid. Shut down so much of that damage onto all of them. But Ivy wanting to make the move before that comes into fruition. They're scouting out that triangle with those treants, and they tell themselves, okay, well, if they're not there, looking elsewhere. Gonna maybe start heading top, go down some vision. There, why the one that looks like it's gonna be the first point of contact, but they're going for the bigger kill immediately onto BNC. Gonna get caught, pops the mech, tries to turn it. Spirit siphons onto everybody, not gonna be enough.
Yeah, there's no getting out of that one. I mean, didn't have to pop the Sprout there. Able to throw some stuns in Cube. Oh, you stuck around too close?
No lasso here. Stoikov does manage to get some separation, but the chase down, silence is there. Got him caught. A really good gust, though, coming from the south and trying to do what damage they can. Magnetize onto 5, but Palantimos just gets shredded, and Jan can't really do that much more at all.
Swarm, swarm, swarm.
Yeah, they just run at him.
Yeah. It's not a very easy situation. Tries to hold bottom for the Rune.
Whoa. Blade Mail kick? Stoikov can't quite get it. Oh, he's so low. Does find that finish. Hey, Wyatt tries to back out. The exorcism's going, seeing if they can kill and bring down this NP. And, well, when they get separated, Water Rune Enjoyer's actually making some solid plays here.
Oh, Jan is trying to escape here as well. Looks like he's fine. Very nice.
Super interesting.
All right, I'm impressed.
Dire's middle tower
It's going to be so hard for Palantimos to get back into this game. Like, the actual team fights themselves just look so hard to play.
Yeah. Even though Palantimos has some pretty good net worth, it just feels like it's a draft that's perfectly suited just to own him. Like, all these heroes love to get on top of Drow.
Yeah, we're going to need big plays out of Yond. And probably BNC as well. just in terms of like trying to create that separation with the body and using the exorcism to threaten. Cube is just chilling here with an Invis rune.
Thinking about a solo play. Drops down the sentry and does get out of there in time.
Nice
like.
ward
Yeah,
find
we'll get the
from
D word.
Cube owning.
Huh. Well,
And I don't think we talked about it, but the Orchid came out just before that all started. It just like TP'd onto the DP, hit her with the Orchid. Obviously, very hard for him to deal with right now, but eventually the Greaves will be out, and they'll have a solution to that from BNC. But who else just gets absolutely shredded by this Orchid right now? Because he's going Blade Mail, Mage Slayer, so Soikov's in trouble from that. Of course, Earth Spirit, Rubik, Drow. Did grab the Shard, as you mentioned. So it is there. Been one of the most popular shards across the DPC for good reason. Almost always picked up.
and a little late to block out those camps. You can see with the NP trying to shut down that triangle from Palantimo. So with both camps spawning, it does mean that at the very least, Water and Enjoyer is getting that farm on the Drow like they need to. And she's going to need so many items. And even then, I'm not sure if it's going to end up being enough. With the 2k gold lead right now, Water and Enjoyer is definitely...
Can they go on the slash?
Get-go. I was thinking about it.
I mean, it's 2,000 HP. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess with the blade mail, it's definitely
Dire's
doable.
middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't look like they're going to try their hand at it, though. Maybe thought he had friends behind him or something.
Yeah, I think they were kind of waiting for the
Dire's middle
Rubik and the
tower
Drow,
has
too.
fallen.
Because it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
If the NPTP's in there and suddenly one of you silenced.
Well, NP, like you said, getting more and more farmed, going into that BKB. Also have a BKB almost done for the Lesh, but it's not coming out quite quick enough. Still a lot of regen coming in from him. Very in trouble. Cogs already out, and, well, they bring down the Earth Spirit, and Stukov just needs to run the hell out of there. And the Blade Mail wasn't enough to sort of stop that pressure coming in, and Bat Rider keeps the chase going. 4 staff forward, has to use another Remnant, doesn't have any more left. And the silence comes out from the DP, but I mean, I think they just keep running at him. Dude, he's literally just going to run him down continuously. They find this Death Prophet. Mech is going to be there. Has Guardian Greaves delivered along with the Wand Charges Spirit Siphon? It's not nearly enough. They don't have the regen to deal with this overwhelming magic damage coming from Ivy.
Yeah, and if they want, they could just run to the Roach right now, since they have so much damage. Wouldn't be the worst idea, but they're going to keep pressuring.
Almost connects there. Oh, good steal there, though, for the Rubik.
That makes Roach harder.
Dude, buy a shard right now.
Defense of the Ancients.
I legit think that that's super super solid if you can get it, but we'll see.
Listen, Palantimos, I know you want a 4-staff, but I just really need the shard now. But, I mean, he's got his own. The Hurricane Bike is done. And I guess he's probably just thinking, like, do I just buy BKB? Is that what I have to do?
Well, up top, showing
nice.
that even a BKB will not keep you safe as Stoikov tries to get out of there. Remnants up to the top. Well, still getting some separation, but eventually they do have enough for the kill. Keep there. Nice little kill steal. Can they punish? Gets the silence, stun onto 2 with the magnetize, but immediately the haste. Oh, wait, no, the roll, he found him.
Bat.
Hey, some trouble there. DNC right on top of him. They're burning him to death. Pop the Exo, and then Bat just runs away with the BKB.
Under attack.
Okay.
He's got a little bit wild there. As Cube grabs the tome and almost has his own BKB here. And a couple 100 gold on that clockwork. So Exorcism still has half duration left, but they can't really go into the Roche. A bit too terrified right now, and obviously Drow is down bottom, so still something that's pretty much just served up here for Ivy, I'd say, whenever they pretty much want to do it. And we still do have Split Earth for about half the duration of this, but you know, I got about 90 seconds, 80 seconds left on this thing. Could maybe go for one more smoke play with it.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, that's sort of the question, right? It feels like Water and Enjoyers need to make the most out of whatever timings they can get. And like, if we're talking about the timing of you know, splitter stolen for Rubik. I feel like the game has just not gone the way Water Rune Enjoyers wanted it to.
Well, you know, sometimes that's life. When the game's a little hard and your carry's trying to farm a bunch, you got to make things work.
Fair enough.
And Palantinos also, I mean, now that we have the Mage Slayer, hey, maybe that'll help out with this big damage. But he's going for the Lincoln Sphere, so good option. Perhaps save him from Mobe, at least just make it more difficult to get jumped upon.
I mean, when I'm looking at this game, I'm curious if you feel the same way. I don't know what Water Rune Enjoyers do right now, because I feel like they're down in net worth. They need to hit these timings with like every exorcism making stuff happen, and it's just not coming together.
It feels like Ember needs Agnums and Kayasan.
Oh, but they move in, and they're gonna find everybody again. And he tries to get some separation, but the Lesh right on top of him. And dude, this Undying is just beating the crap out of Yawn and takes him down with the Soul Rip. That looked like it was almost a solo kill from Undying.
Yeah, he got orchided at the start by Prava, but that was pretty much all him.
Oh man, 1,300 damage in that engagement on the Undying.
That creates a very simple roast with the help of the Flesh Golem. Getting in there and giving Roast a big old punch. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, man, ain't no
Leave
joke.
Earth Spirit alone.
Oh, and hook shot from downtown with the Cogs pushback in the Orchid. The game has completely fallen apart. And 100% accuracy, as a matter of fact. The silence is out. It's not going to do anything. Palantimos has to run away. He can't run away. There is no help. There is no salvation. Palantimos is going down, looking for a turn, but with no buyback on that Drow, it is not going to be enough damage. They can't contend with this lineup. Ivy too strong.
Yeah, even with the Mage Slayer there, they can't really like jump right back in and try and turn it. It's gonna be a long time before it feels confident to do that. I will say the lead, it feels like it could be worse. You know, I look at these faces over there on Water Rune Enjoyers, and they still got some focus going on. It's Ivy looking way more chill.
True.
Yeah, no problem. But you know, get your items. Is that Kaya coming out now? So we get a little bit more damage down the Ember. Try and win some of these fights. He just can't get stunned or orchided, which sucks, but that is the life of the Ember sometimes, is that he just needs to play it really, I don't know, really safe. And maybe he can sow enough chaos in the back line to make some space for DP and Drow, but obviously it is a very uphill battle right now for them.
Yeah, it feels like one of those moments where he has to do so much, the Ember or the Earth Spirit has to do so much, and there isn't like that like super clean control stun because Rubik has to play so far back. It's a hard game right now for Water Rune Enjoyers. And for Ivy, still what, another 3 minutes left on this Aegis? See if PO65 wants to do that much. Maybe run on down this this mid lane here with some Diabolic Edict and take out the tower, open up the wherever
that
they
or
want on the
bottom.
map.
Yeah, bottom looks pretty free as well. Like, don't really think the Radiant can try and defend this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ivy, though.
they're trying to be sneaky.
This is cool. So they're going to smoke up now and run right into this area. Now, there are a lot of treants in the area, so they see all this movement and scan connect, so they immediately know where they're at. Oh my god, Palantimos, the smoke, it breaks as soon as they pop it. BKB out, tries to find a target, gets it now onto the Ember, and well, the stun to interrupt, that keeps him alive. Maybe an opportunity here, but the fight continuing. The chase is there. Tries to remnant away, not gonna happen. Yawn, hoping to get away. This Drow in a world of hurt, the lift to pull back. Ember still hoping to get out of there. The hook shot, it connects onto Drow, finds the pushback, and 3 are going to drop. Ivy taking no prisoners.
BNC should be fine.
Barely gets out.
Yeah, that exorcism was like 8 seconds away too. If they're like jumping, and the fight ends pretty much just as it returns to BNC. So excellent timing to go for it right there from Ivy. If they were on the ball with that one, the Blade Mail trying its best here.
Thought about that stun, but don't go for it yet. Now they do find it.
Yeah, he's
Still
getting crazy.
has Aegis Bloodstone, and okay, Ember's just dead. Now, BNC, he's caught in the Sprout. The silence is there onto NP. He does not care. He is ready to punch, ready to take down this Death Prophet, trying to keep her alive, but Lesh right on top, and another kill, 13 to 27, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon.
Yep, NP still has BKB as well here at 8 seconds.
Oh, nice find there. They connect onto Rubik, drop the tombstone down. That tower has fallen. Whatever they want to do right now. I mean, Undying has Greaves.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's not great. I mean, we were talking about how we wanted the core Undying maybe this game, and we sort of got it at least.
Here you go. You know what it feels like right now? This is the moment when, you know, you gather the grandkids. Children, let me tell you about the great dive top and what happened then on that fateful day.
Yeah, I remember like it was 25 minutes ago.
It's a little rough. The game has fallen off the rails. And a sheep stick now done for Lesh.
The securing item of the patch, it feels like. All right, when the supports have Greaves and a Wraith Pack, they're just flexing at this point. Like, come on.
True.
Give them a chance.
They're not. That doesn't seem like they're going to do that. We're going to be real about it.
To be fair, Ember bought the Mage Slayer first, so he kind of started the whole arms race of reducing damage.
Oh, yeah.
It's his own fault.
He's showing here. No, they're not going to go for him. Well, Ivy, after a very strong couple of minutes here, it feels like the tempo that this draft has been playing at, it's really hard for Water and Enjoyers to do anything. At least they're getting on the map on the top side there, trying to push out the waves into that tier 2.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It definitely feels like a classic DP game when you don't get the jump start in this offlane role, because she doesn't have, like, she's not a comeback hero. And he's not coming back from that one, that's for sure. Well, I guess he will in about 45 seconds, but not right now. No buybacks, please, as they're going to retreat from top.
And NP TP's in. Finds one. If they try and go on him, this is not going to go so well for you. Does try and escape the hide back the other direction. Lasso, connection, kills off the Rubik. And rolling back and forth, Earth Spirit will get out of harm's way, but this is going to be Ivy making a move through top.
Yeah, they're just rolling right now. Not much else to do for them, as Drow's courier is forced away from the secret shop. She was trying to pick up her Lincoln Sphere, but realizing they're losing that territory, so they're going to have to send it
Radiant's top
elsewhere.
tower is under attack.
No. And up top here, even with that item, I mean, it's feeling really hard to take any type of a fight. We'll get the tome, so once you get that level 3 marksmanship going.
There you go. That's the solution. Hey, they still have all their lanes, so at least the economy isn't doing too poorly.
True.
What?
Cute.
He's having a good time. He gets to play Clockwork, right? Grandmaster.
There you go.
Goff?
Needs his jetpack, though. Might have to just buy the shard instead of the blink because the game's ending too fast.
True.
Definitely a good first world problem to have.
Well, Water and Enjoyers are going to try and head out now and see if they can catch Ivy unawares. There are so many trees being sent out, and immediately they will run into the Bat Rider, pops that BKB, and now the fight cannot work. Earth Spirit is going to get controlled, going to get stunned, going to be brought down for the finish, and running on in. They pop Exorcism, try and buy some extra time here for Palantimos. Palantimos 4-snap away. Lincoln Sphere had already been popped, but Tombstone, and now the Undying just punching the Drow to death. Oh, that feels bad. Stolen Tombstone drops it up on the high ground. That's going to get turned upon. Own Me finds it, brings it down, now turns onto the Exorcism DP. Maybe even a little bit wary about what this fight might look like. As Yond rolls in, finds that silence, a couple more punches now onto NP. Still sitting strong with the AC, and now
The
DP
zombies.
is gonna get the regen back up. Oh, from Exo coming back in, silence out. Oh, he wants it so bad. This Ember just wants to kill off this NP. Will it be enough? No. Owned me, owned you. Oof. 4 for 1.
And Rubik too, eh?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he died really quickly in that orchard.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's not everybody here. Nature's Prophet is back home currently regenning before he wants to join in on this little escapade of building destruction. A nice hook shot there from Cube. That's going to isolate BNC
yeah.
and easy kill. That might be time, I have to say. Everybody's dead. Oh, Cube missed one. Ooh. Yikes.
Reported.
Yeah. That's weird. I thought he was good at this hero. Grandmaster? Okay.
Radiant's middle barracks are
What a player. What a game. Ivy was never in doubt for them. They knew what their timing was. They will catch on to the Drow. And yeah, even the Hex doesn't matter. Fully dead. Dive in behind the tower. GG is going to be called. Man, Trent, after like 10 minutes, this one, maybe 15, it did not look that close.
This was a